everyone, this is Adrien, the exercise specialist at the Leduc Beaumont Devon Primary Care Network. Hope you all are doing well today. So today is week 4 of the Stand Up to Falls Fall Prevention Program. So this is the final week of the current iteration of the program. We've made it this far with each week a new video coming out for the last 4 weeks showing each week of the program as it progresses. As well as a supplementary exercise video if the exercises are too easy or too difficult for you. And now, we have the final week. So at present, the totality of the program does involve 5 total weeks. Week 1 is generally a presentation and explanation of the program, so there's no real physical activity done during that time, followed by 4 weeks of the program. So technically week 5 is week 4 of the actual physical training. One thing I do like to do on week 1 with the patients that are interested is there's a couple different types of balance tests that I would like to perform with people that then, if possible, I'd like to perform on a follow-up after the program as well, so I can actually try and objectify if there is improvements in people's balance and strength following the program. So, but those are all things that'll be done in person when the program starts to run in person. So. For week 4 of the program, so the final week of this, we're going to be doing a couple really simple movements for the balance for slightly longer durations. It'll be the same kind of layout as previously, a basic seated warm-up, a couple of the dynamic type of balancing movements, followed by the strengthening movements, the same ones, followed by a cool down and some more stationary balance movements. So the dynamic balance movements today, we'll do 2 of them, and there'll be a little more. We'll be holding them for a little longer period of time. So trying to hold a dynamic position while also remaining somewhat static. So those tend to be a little bit contradictory, but it'll make sense once I get into it. The challenging part of the program for the final day is the strengthening components of the 5 exercises: the squat, leg curl, leg abduction, dorsiflexion, and the wall push-ups. So the full body. We're going to be reducing the rest time to 15 seconds between each set, or whatever you're able to do at home. But the goal is to have it down to 15 seconds rest between each set, which is not a lot of time. Each week we've got, while doing each exercise for 1 minute each time. So it's 1 minute, 15 seconds off, 1 minute, 15 seconds off. If you're doing it at home, I'm okay with doing 15 to 30 seconds off, but the goal is for 15 seconds. Each week we've been gradually increasing like the amount of time that we do each exercise, 30, 45, 60, and now 60 once again as we hit the peak of week 4. And each week we have been reducing the rest time. So 60 to 90 seconds, 45 to 60 seconds, 45 seconds to 30 to 45 seconds, now 15 to 30 seconds. So as the time from doing the exercise goes up, the time rest goes downwards. So it's increasing intensity. So we are increasing the intensity and the challenging of this by increasing the actual volume of the time you are doing exercise, whilst reducing the recovery period. So it'll be challenging today, but it is a final week, so it should be the most challenging. In person, obviously, like I said, it may be scheduled for a 15-second rest in between each set, but if people are having a difficult time with that, I will always increase it a little bit, maybe up to a maximum of 30 seconds. This is supposed to be a challenging week, because the plan is, you should be progressing week to week with doing this in class, and also doing the homework exercises that are assigned to you during the week to help you progress further. So something to keep in mind. So that's about it for that. So let's start week 4. As usual, if you're new to physical activity, if you're turning to physical activity from a long way off, or if you have a medical condition that might make doing physical activity difficult, please consult with a physician prior to beginning any new exercise program. Thank you. So let's start with just a really quick basic sedentary warm-up. As per the previous videos, I will only be doing 1 set of each of the exercises, but it is expected you do the minute, take a 15-second rest, and then do it 2 more times. We don't need an hour-long video for you guys here today. So start with our head. Let's go gently side to side. Nothing too crazy today. If that brings on dizziness, you can always just rock side to side, kind of your shoulder a little bit. hands, some small forward circles. Now go small backward circles. Now if you can, let's try going overhead a little bit. If you can't go up the whole way, that's okay, just wherever you're able to. Now go shoulder circles backwards. Shoulder circles forwards. Let's hug ourselves. Let's go gently twist side to side. Oh, this is a little bit difficult for me to do. I'm kind of going through a bit of a low back injury myself, so I don't have quite the normal range of motion for this, but that's okay. Now take our hips. We're going to go for supports of the chair. Hips out and in. Abduction and adduction. From sedentary position. Work those hip muscles. Now we'll kick out each of our legs one at a time. Okay, perfect. So there's our general warm up just to get you guys kind of started. So we will be starting off with the more dynamic type of balancing exercises as per usual. So these ones won't involve really any jumping or anything like that. What they will involve is single leg kind of timed balances up to about 20 seconds. If you're able to hold 10 to 20 seconds in a single leg position, you know that you're doing very well from a balance standpoint. If you're able to hit anything above 10 seconds, you've actually completed stage 4 of the 4-stage balance test that I like to use with my patients, which means you generally do not have any issues with your balance from a single leg perspective. So I always like to test this one. So I have my chair beside me to support me. So I'm gonna get my time race. We're gonna be here. You're gonna support yourself. You're gonna bring one leg up in the air just a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy, but just off the ground. And then you're gonna try and let go, and you're gonna try and hold it. You'll start the timer. So I will try and hold this for 15 seconds each side, just to kind of go for the middle ground there. And then I will switch sides. So if you're able to hold this for this long, you know you're doing pretty well from a balance standpoint. And time. So I'm gonna switch sides. Once again, supporting myself here. Foot just off the ground, in position, and begin. Alright, so this is a dynamic movement as we're balancing on one leg, but it's also fairly static because we're not jumping around, twisting or doing anything too crazy here. Almost there. And if you fall over, it's okay. Or sorry, don't fall. If your foot goes, that's okay. Just get back in position and restart. And time. So I would want you to try and do that for 3 total rounds. The next one that we are going to be doing, this one I will just be somewhat simple, probably not as hard as 2-foot one, but what I want you to do is to have both feet together here, and I actually want you to try and lean over to one side a little bit, and then just let go. Try and lean over to one side. If you start to feel yourself going too far, support yourself. Just leaning over here, try to get my weight over. To make it harder, you can reach. Now we'll try the other side. Once again, there should be 10 or 15 seconds worth here. Feet together, leaning over. Oh, you feel that one on the back. Okay, lean over. Reach out if you can. And good. So you see, those are a couple of basic dynamic but also static position movements. So now we move on to the actual resistance training portion of the day. So as I stated previously, 60 seconds per movement, 15 seconds rest for 3 rounds. So squats for 60 seconds, 15-second rest, squats, 15 seconds, so on and so forth for 3 total rounds. And then we move on to each movement. For the video, I will only show the first round, just to help save you guys some time on the video there. So remember, per the squats, legs roughly shoulder width apart. Have a chair behind you. You can cross out in front or in front of you. Hands on your legs, hand on the chair, whatever you need. For 60 seconds, everyone in position, and begin. Down and up. Once again, we're not dropping down all hard. We're controlling it. Nice and controlled down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Working all those muscles in your lower body there. You want to try and keep your back roughly straight. You don't want to be rolled forward or arched back too much. Just nice and controlled. Just how you think about when you get up off of a chair or the couch, off a toilet, all of those kind of things. It's the same movement. Very functional, very important movement. A lot of research shows people's ability to be able to get up from a sitting position is a very important factor when, in regards to all-cause mortality. This is something we want to focus on. Almost there. And time. Great job. So pause the video, take 15 seconds rest, and we'll do that again 2 more times, okay? So moving on to the next exercise here with a standing leg curl. So, same thing as we do, 30 seconds per side, but we'll only be taking 15 seconds rest and then continuing. So upright, so put myself on the chair, in position, and begin. See, nice and controlled. My upper leg does not move, only my knee to my ankle moves. Trying to get my heel up as high as I can. And that is the only part of the body that's currently moving. Trying to get nice and controlled, not swinging my leg around all crazy. Nice and controlled. Almost there. And time. Now switch legs and begin. Everyone generally have one side that's a little easier to control, a little easier to do these things on with. For me, that's my left side. My left side's a little more difficult. Always is, probably because I'm right-handed. That's completely normal. Working those hamstring muscles. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Great job. So pause the video, 15 seconds rest, and we'll do that again 2 more times. Moving on to the third exercise, the standing leg abduction. So we're in position. Just trying to stay upright. We don't want to lean over too much. A little bit's okay, but I want to try and stay as upright as possible. 30 seconds aside. And we will begin. Let's see, controlling my leg. I'm gonna stay roughly upright. Try not to lean over too much. I'm working those external muscles of the hip and the glute. Fantastic movement. These are little small muscles in here, and they do require some direct work. And they don't require a whole lot of weight. You get a great benefit from actually training them. Almost there. And time. So, we will switch legs. Everyone into position. Upright. And begin. Great job, everyone. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and time. Great job. So similar to the last one, pause the video, rest 15 seconds, and then 2 more rounds of that in total. Moving on to the fourth of the 5 movements today. We're doing, once again, the dorsal and the plantar flexions. We're up on our toes and down our heels. We'll do that for 1 minute. You will get into position and begin. So toes and heels. Toes and heels. Just seem supporting myself with the chair. I'm really trying to focus on getting up as high as I can on my toes and rock as far back on my heels as I can. Toes and heels. Toes and heels. So plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. Plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. Toes up as high as you can. Heels. Toes and heels. Toes and heels. Almost there. Toes. We can just do this one all day. And heels. Toes and heels. Toes and heels. Let's just do 10 minutes of this, why not, right? Heels, toes, hold that for a couple seconds, and heels. Awesome. Hey, when exercise is feeling good, sometimes you just have to go with it, you know? So once again, pause the video, take a 15-second rest, and do 2 more rounds of that. So for the final movement for the strengthening portion of today, we go back to everyone's favorite wall push-ups. Work those upper body muscles, those upper chest muscles, those shoulder muscles, and those tricep muscles to help you with the push movements. So for this one, as usual, the closer up you go to the wall, the easier it is. The farther away you go, the harder it is. If you're very proficient with these, I may progress you to where you're doing push-ups on the ground, on your knees, or on your feet. Or if you're a super duper star, then we have your feet elevated, make it even harder. We'll do this for 1 minute. Everyone get into position and begin. Here we want to have our hands roughly under our elbows. And you want to have our elbows, when we're straightened out, roughly under our shoulders. Not everyone will be able to achieve this fully, just based on people having different lengths of their limbs. But it's a good goal to shoot for. Nice and controlled. Nice and controlled. Working those pusher muscles. We're halfway. Almost there. 10 more seconds. And time. Great job, everyone. So same as the last exercises, pause the video, take 15 seconds rest, and then we'll do 2 more rounds of that. So those are so that's the end of the strengthening portion of the program. You know, 3 rounds of each exercise, 15 seconds rest. That's pretty intense. As you see, Coach Luna is here to congratulate me, as it is very difficult. So we will conclude with, as we do normally, a bit of a cool down with a more stationary balance component. All right, so let's get into position. We're seated, feet are flat on the floor. Let's reach up above us. Let's take 2 deep breaths in and out. In and out. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean over to one side. Try and keep both hands up as high as you can. If you can't go up here, you can cross here, cross in front, whatever you need to. Just stretch over to one side. Just gonna hold that. As you see leaning, I'm bringing my center of gravity over this way. So I'm having to balance seated while staying in the chair here. And this also is a great stretch. Up. Let's switch sides. Another back. First one. Really focus on this nice deep breaths. Reach out if you can. And back to the other side for the last time. And then finally, for the last movement that we have done before, with feet flat on the ground, we're gonna look over and we're gonna try and reach down and touch our opposite ankles. Reach down, touch, back up. Reach down, touch, back up. Down, touch, back up. Down, touch, back up. We'll do 3 more each side. So 1. Always return back to neutral after. 1, 2, 2, and 3, and 3. So that's the completion of the workout there. So that was week 4. I guess I could explain a couple terms quickly that you may have heard me use. Things like static, dynamic, and stationary. So because those are kind of the different types of exercises we were doing today. We're doing this whole program for the balance. So stationary, obviously, I use that interchangeably with seated. So stationary means, you know, we're in the chair doing exercises. So when we do the last couple exercises there where we're seated, or our warm-up at the beginning, those are stationary / seated movements. Static movements are pretty much, could also be classified as seated, but I'm using that term for the program in terms of you're not moving, but you're in an active position. So like, for example, when we're doing standing movements, but we're being in one position, like holding the one-legged balance and things like that, I consider that a static movement. A dynamic movement is where there's movement and kind of articulations going on. So when we do things like, you know, when we're jumping side to side, things kind of like that, that's more of a dynamic movement. So I hope that kind of explains those for you a little bit. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the program. If you're one of my patients that I will be getting to put through this in person, I look forward to it, and I hope these videos have been helpful for everyone that has, you know, been able to watch them. If you have any questions about any of it, feel free to post them down below. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. My name is Adrien. I'm the exercise specialist at the Leduc Beaumont Devon Primary Care Network. Thank you so much, and have a great day.